What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to the latest episode of the Steeler Report. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, live here from the virtual Heinz Field. And you guys know what we do. I'm a little earlier this week, man. I decided to do it a little earlier, just so I can have the rest of the evening to just, chill out and relax and things like that. But a little bit earlier, man. So I expect some of you guys may or may not be in here early. I'll wait a few moments to see, if a few of you guys trickle in here. But you guys know this is the quick show, the in and out. We don't do phone calls on tonight. And, it's just in and out. We just give a quick synopsis of what we're expecting from the Bengals, keys to victory for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we will talk about a few other things, man, that may be in the news as far as, what's going on with the Steelers and the team and the roster and things like that. And I'll, spend a little time in the chat to see what you guys have to say. So let's allow a few more moments. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody is well. Hope you've enjoyed your weekend so far. And I definitely hope you guys will be enjoying your weekend continuing tomorrow. We all hope that, right? With the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I'm going to take 2 seconds here, guys, just to, just wait a little time, allow a few more people to get up in here, and then we'll get started. I'm just double checking as well, man, some of my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything that's important to talk about. But how's everybody doing, man? Hope everybody's been great. Hope the weather has been great for you guys. I know in certain parts of the world, it's either raining like crazy and some places have snow. So I hope you guys are not being affected by that. But let's see. Is there anything else important we need to talk about? Don't think so. Couple little things. But all right, let's go ahead and get to it, man. Let's say hello to the early viewers, early commenters, and then, we'll have at it and we'll be out of here. What's up to Justin Bozeman, Sasquatch, Rich. He says, listening to the 1978 Steelers poker right now. Okay, wow. Who else we got in? Hello, Miss Odessa. How you doing this evening, Miss Odessa? Appreciate you coming through. Wide Diggy, Jamal Washington, Joshua Shields, Garen Williamson, Andrew Johnson. Who else we got? Dan Matt and Depressed Steelers fan. Funny, man, because that name doesn't fit how you feel right now, I would imagine. But welcome, guys. So again, not a whole lot to get into tonight. We're going to be quick. Let me take a sip of water like I always do. You guys are probably used to that by now. And really quick, let's get a virtual thumbs up. You guys are able to hear me well. You guys are seeing me well. If you can confirm that really quick before I continue. Probably so, because by now some of you guys would have probably already said we can't hear you, what have you. But just give me that virtual thumbs up to let me know that audio and visual is coming through okay. I see Jamal Washington is ahead of himself, saying 9-0. Here we go. Let's not be too fast, man. Let's just pipe it down and chill. Let's enjoy every week as it comes, because definitely got a couple things here to say about those Bengals. Doing well, Drama Seidel, excuse me. Okay, everybody says we're great to go. All right, great. All right, so let's do it. Couple things to talk about. We don't have to panic. We all know earlier in the week that the Pittsburgh Steelers announced that there were 4 players that would have to go on the COVID list. We already knew this. We knew this on Turbo Towel Tuesday, but just to rehash, we already knew what happened. We knew those players were, well, let's go back to the source, to the root. Vance McDonald tested positive, right? Vance McDonald played in the game Sunday against the Cowboys, but he tested positive. So then right after that, you hear that Ben Roethlisberger, who else? It was Roethlisberger, Vince Williams. I'm forgetting a few names, guys. Bear with me. Ben Roethlisberger, Vince Williams. I'm forgetting the other names. Y'all know who they are. Let me double check. Let's be thorough, man. Well, I don't know why I'm forgetting the names, guys. Give me a hot second. And I will tell you shortly. And by the time I get it, you guys probably already have it, but let's be thorough, guys. There's no need to be in half butt, right? I can't find the names. I cannot believe it's. Oh, here we go. Vince Williams, Jalen Samuels, Gerald Hawkins, and obviously Ben Roethlisberger. So all 4 of those guys have been reactivated. So that's great. Great news. But again, we were kind of hoping for that, right? We understand that the COVID reserve list is for anybody who A, has tested positive for the virus, or B, has been in contact with someone, with the virus, or maybe even C, maybe some family member or something like that has it. And, it's just a precautionary thing. You're going to have to go on this list. And when you're on that list, you basically have to continue to test throughout the days. I think it has to be 5 successful days or something like that. We all talked about it again on Tuesday. And we knew that if everything went well, Ben Roethlisberger, along with the other guys, would be able to come back and have opportunity to play. And thank God none of those guys were positive, and, we're off to being able to play. Let me check another thing really quick, guys. And y'all know, man, y'all used to this by now. Sometimes things just pop off in my mind, spare a moment. There was somebody else I saw today in the NFL, man, a pretty decent name there. Not saying that, somebody's better than anybody else, but it was who else did I see today, man, that was put on the Josh Norman, as well as Dante Fowler. And unfortunately, guys, I think we're going to start seeing this quite often. Unfortunately, I think we're going to start seeing this, man, because as you guys know, the world is crazy. And I'll get into that at the end of the show. Y'all know how I close the show. But anyway, Ben Roethlisberger will be back in the saddle, which is good news for us. However, if this matters to anyone, Kevin Dotson was put on the COVID-19 reserve list. Again, we don't know if Dotson tested positive as of yet, or is it just a precautionary measure? One of you guys, not one, but most of us, we all could probably say it's probably not going to affect the game so much because he wasn't starting, which we all, at least I think we all, love Kevin Dotson and what he did when he was able to start. So him being down is not as significant. However, if somebody goes down on the line, especially one of the guard positions, then it would be great to have Kevin Dotson to come into the game. So that, you are kind of going into this game, minus somebody who may potentially have to play. It's very possible. Offensive linemen go down all the time during the game. So this is a blow. All right. But, in him being put down, we had to activate another person to the live roster. And it said that we were actually able to, bring up my man from Maryland, the safety again. So we're going to, what's his name? Brooks Jr. So he's going to get a helmet again. So we'll see if he has an opportunity to play. Not sure, depending on, how the rotations and stuff is now. I don't think that, he's at a point where he's going to be playing. But, at least I'm hoping that maybe he gets some reps on special teams just to, continue to give him a taste of the NFL. So, maybe when the time is right, he's one of those guys that we'll be utilizing, in his rightful position. So that's all the news I have in terms of the roster. But Ben Roethlisberger is back. Great news. So the only one we'll be pretty much without, for the most part, would be Vance McDonald. Let me double check the injury report, guys, to see, who else may have crept up on that. And then I will definitely get into my keys to victory. And then we'll be out of here. Let's see. Mike Hilton, man, still questionable. And again, I'm a little concerned about Mike Hilton, man. Good thing is, we're winning. We're undefeated. So Mike Hilton's being out hasn't costed us yet. But I definitely would like for him to be back on the field. And I'm concerned, man, that he is still dealing with that injury to where he's questionable to play. That's a little concerning. Of course, Isaiah Buggs is questionable as well with an ankle. Running back Anthony McFarland, questionable with illness. Keep this in mind. Questionable with illness. Who else was questionable with illness as of Friday? One Kevin Dotson, which means that Anthony McFarland, I don't know. Is he going to be put on the list as well? We'll have to see. So very interesting stuff there. But everybody else, man, is expected to play. So I think we pretty much have, a good complement of guys, of our main guys going into this contest. So we should be fine. Outside of that, the only other thing I did want to mention, man, it's going to be interesting, playing the Bengals because one familiar person is over there in the B.J. Finney. You guys remember him? He plays with the Cincinnati Bengals right now. So it'll be interesting to see, if he's, the main guy that's going to get some burn over there and he's going against, a team, obviously, that he's very familiar with. I don't know how much that helps or hurts, what Cincinnati's looking to do. But it's always interesting when you had a guy in your building relatively recent. And, here they are. You're facing off against them. Thank you to Tiggs a lot. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Maybe it's pronounced a different way. I appreciate the donation, but let's go ahead and read your comment. He says, "You're the best, Sim." Thank you for that. Living in Massachusetts, surrounded by Pats fans. You're my safe Steelers oasis. Keep up the good work. 9-0 tomorrow. I hope so, man. But again, yeah. Let's not speak too soon. So let's talk about the Bengals really quick, guys. We're already at 12 minutes. Let's be in and out here. Watch the game against the Tennessee Titans, a game in which they won, if I remember correctly, right? Because didn't watch the full recap. I just watched the first half pretty much just to get a feel of what they do. I do think Cincinnati beat the Titans in that game. Here's the thing, and let me actually hold on, guys. Let me make sure I'm accurate with that. But I'm pretty sure that the Titans lost to the Bengals. I think so. Let me make sure I'm accurate with that, guys. Y'all could tell on Saturday, I don't be... Y'all could tell, man, that the pregame show is a little more laxed, right? A little more spirit of moment than the other shows. Hold on. Let me just double check. That was week 8 because the Bengals had a bye last week. And, yeah, I was correct. They beat the Tennessee Titans, right? They are now 2-5-1. Let's not let this record fool us, man. Let me tell you something. I'm a little concerned about this matchup offensively versus our defense. I'm not concerned at whether or not we can win the game. I think that we should be able to win the game. We've been playing great. We've had some ups and downs with the defense and the offense. We've had offensive games where we thought, wow, offense is powerful once again. We're putting up X amount of numbers. But then we have these moments where we struggle, right? We saw it creep up again last week. It's like we have to pull things out instead of us just rolling on over top of a team that we're supposed to beat. So it's not that I don't think that we'll win, but, we could be looking at another close game. And the reason why is because I feel like from what I'm seeing out of our defense, very good defense, man, but we spring some leaks, man, and we kind of spring these leaks at the wrong times. And Cincinnati, from watching them, they have offense. They got weapons. They're hungry. They're young. They got rotational pieces at the running back position. I mean, you think about Mixon, who was out in that game, but, they still got Gio Bernard, and they got Samaje Perine. And, of course, if Mixon is playing this week, they got some pieces, man, at wide receiver, okay? A.J. Green is still one of their main guys. But let me tell you something, man. Watching that game against the Titans, A.J. Green is not the number one guy anymore. At least he doesn't appear to be, unless maybe the Titans were focusing on A.J. Green a bit. I didn't watch it from the coach's view. I just watched the condensed version of the game. And unless they're paying a lot of attention to him, he's really not the focal point. They have other young guys out there that's contributing. Tate, which we know all about Tate, but Tate is still continuing to be a guy that you got to watch on third down. Boyd, Boyd is definitely a target that Joe Burrow likes. But let me tell you who else. The rookie, T. Higgins, a guy that we all thought maybe the Steelers would have gone after him. We did our evaluation of T. Higgins. T. Higgins, to me, is still one of those fast guys that likes, they like to utilize him in the seams. At least that's what he did in college. And I think that's where he's most dangerous. He doesn't appear still to be the route running guard or anything like that. But the seams is kind of where we've had some trouble. You line T. Higgins inside, and quite often in that game, especially in the first half, Joe Burrow was going to T. Higgins, and T. Higgins was making some catches. He was even making combat catches, right? We're going to have to watch that. Because, again, like I said, this could be a difficult matchup for us because they got some solid receivers. They all right. 1 through 4, they're decent enough to really see what our secondary is capable of doing. Now, of course, you hope, man, that the pass rush gets home. Against the Titans, they kind of had a patch together offensive line. The offensive line doesn't look that great. So I think we'll be able to have our way. But again, we said that in some previous games, right? And our guys didn't have their way. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. Whether we think this is an easy win or not, I'm going to just say this game, based on how our defense has played some of these subpar teams and how we played against this kid Gilbert last week, did we close the door? Yeah, late we did, but it's still, it ended up being closer than it needed to be. I think Cincinnati has the type of offense that could get it done, right? So we're going to have to be very, very sound, man, because, again, they run a decent mix. They run play action. They run some misdirection. We've seen it before, even when Dalton was there, but they do a little more of it, it looks like, with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, is a sneaky mobile quarterback. You're not thinking run first with him, but he'll run. He shows good movement in the pocket. He's showing himself to be a number 1 pick. And we're going to have to deal with this guy for quite a few years. Joe Burrow is looking like a mini stud already. So just think about the quarterbacks that we faced off against and how they were able to pick our defense apart, particularly in zone. I think Joe Burrow has the opportunity to do that as well. He keeps plays alive. I'm a little concerned, guys. I'm being honest. Because, again, do I think our defense is stellar? Yeah, a little. But there are times when there's reason to be concerned about the defense. They've shown too much of that. And the Bengals were able to run the football a great deal against the Titans. So they have a diverse attack. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm a little concerned. But hey, it's cool to be concerned at 8-0, right? Because at this point, at 8-0, if we take a loss now, we still, it doesn't hurt anything. We still at the top of the division. So what if the Bengals get a division game on us? We still at the top of the division. So it's not going to hurt us. And that's the beauty of us being 8-0. You expect your team is going to lose some games. And I understand, guys, you're right. When you're supposed to beat a team, you're supposed to beat them. And if they're a subpar or a sub 500 team, you're supposed to beat them. But again, it's any given Sunday. Look around the league, man. Look around the league and look at some of the games and some of the teams who won this past week that probably wasn't supposed to win those games. It happens. And while I'm on that, let me just throw 2 more names out there, 2 more teams, man, that we're going to have to really focus on in the AFC. We need to keep our eyes on the Colts and the Buffalo Bills, which we played both of them this year. So those seem like some real tests in the second half of this season. Let's not fall asleep. We need to be paying attention to what those guys are doing. Phillip Rivers is leading that team, man. They 7-2, if I'm not mistaken. And Josh Allen has come to life. So, yeah, man, let's keep our eyes on those teams. But again, quick keys to victory. Steelers just need to, I think we still got advantages, man. And you might hear me say this in quite a few weeks, in quite a few games that we play. But I think we do still have an advantage offensively. We're going to be a matchup nightmare for them as well. And I'm not saying that just because we're the Steelers and, I'm pro Steelers. It's the truth. With Claypool and Juju playing how he's playing, and Deontay continues to play how he's playing and what he's capable of doing, James Washington, what he's capable of doing, continuing to work in Ebron. I think James Conner has some opportunities to run the football. They don't look like much that, to me, they don't look like much on defense anymore. They lose certain guys like Carlos Dunlap, who used to give us a little bit of problem. They don't scare me defensively. Not at all. I think Ben Roethlisberger should be able to go in there and do what he has been doing. But again, the key is going to be, can we put together a complete package offensively and defensively? Because the defense last week, honestly, they played well enough to help us win that game. And the offense had moments where they were spinning wheels. They were stuck and sputtering. And when that happened, we had to rely on the defense. And again, it came down to a last play of the game to decide the game. Don't like that. Appreciate the donation, Victory Asher. He says, shout out, bro. Keep doing what you're doing with your knowledge of the game. I tried, man. I tried. And I try to keep that sharp. Not only just for me, it's just what I do, but also now, I take the responsibility of, knowing that I provide this show to you guys. So I want to try to be as knowledgeable as I can be, from an average average fan's perspective, which I am a stan for the Steelers. So maybe I said it correctly right there. But yeah, thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's all I got, man. This was a quick and easy show, man. The Bengals don't scare me. This is a game we should win, but, and let me just give you guys the assessment once again. The reason why I say it scares me is because two teams, I won't even go through the whole season. Two teams in particular. Look at how the Denver game played out. Yes, it was early, but still, right? And look at how this Cowboy game played out. Now, if the Cowboys were able to do that with the 7-0 Steelers at the time, what I'm seeing out of Cincinnati, they are capable, bruh. So we better be careful is all I'm saying. Joe Burrow want to take a bite out of the Steelers. He want to establish himself as being somebody we're going to have to face. Great opportunity, division rival. It's a great opportunity to go in there and establish yourself and say, yeah, I'm here. Knock off the undefeated team. So, they're going to be pumped. At this point, they're playing for pride, and they're playing, they know they are a rebuilding team, and they've gotten younger. And, we got to keep an eye on them because, again, with Joe Burrow being there, they're going to be a team, man. I think at some point they're going to get themselves together. And, we're going to have to face this guy for many years. So what a great opportunity for them to come into Heinz Field and make a statement, at that 425 slot, a semi-prime time slot. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not comfortable. Scares me a little bit. But that's all I got. Steelers just need to, do what we've been doing, but let's be a little more consistent on offense. There's going to be opportunities against these Bengals to run and pass. So I think if at any time, if you want to continue to practice balance, I think this is the game to do it. And, I think the Steelers get it done. But all right, let me look at some comments, man. I'll spend a few more minutes here. Real G Lee says, our corners have the advantage when we can get pressure with 4. If we can avoid the rush and give himself enough second or two, or corners will be in trouble. Yeah, you said if he can avoid. Yeah, man, listen, Joe Burrow can move. Joe Burrow looking like an NFL quarterback. I'm just keeping it real. There's no dancing around that. There's no, you about to face the big bad Steelers. No. I got to give that man his credit and give credit to where it's due. Joe Burrow was looking like he's game. He looks like the guy that you draft number 1 and you expect him to be your franchise quarterback. Give him some time. Joe Burrow look all right out there, so we cannot fool around like you said and give that boy time, man. The Pokemon says, point made as now no McFarland isn't every down back, but we don't know much about him. Haven't given him a shot. He could be the said CMC. Wasn't every down either because of his size, but not being able to go. Yeah. And I think it's been a tough goal for McFarland so far, man. Just trying to work him in. And I think he's somewhat of a one-trick pony in terms of how he came into the league. So I think the Steelers are taking their time trying to figure out what we can do with him. Because, again, he's not going to be your pass protector. So it's almost like you're tipping your hand when he's out there. He's either going to get a handoff or you're going to put him in coverage. So we'll see. And yeah, let's just give him some time. I think he'll be just fine, man. And I hope he does. Kenya says Christian will run inside and out. He is the prototype when he is healthy. No doubt. Joshua Shields says, I agree, Sam. Like you, I'm also concerned in a way. I feel like we haven't reached our full potential, but at some point we will get there. I have faith. I have the Steelers winning 34-23. You know what? And that's a very reasonable score right there. It could be something like that. It could very well be something like that. Or, a 28-24. Because again, the defense hasn't shown me that we could continue our dominance against good quarterbacks. We're at this point, we're making plays when we need to, which is great. But we're not dominating against the good quarterback. So that's why a score like that is very possible. Steelers win it because we win the offensive battle. But, it's not like this, we hold the team to 10 points or something like that. Y Diggy says the Bengals are thin at corner. The Steelers need to stay in 11 personnel and attack them that way. Defense need to apply the pressure on Burrow and not have TJ and Bud in coverage. Amen to that, Y Diggy. Yes, yes, yes. All we got to do is contain him and corral him, man. I mean, he's not Lamar Jackson, but if we, do our smart rush, get TJ and Bud on the edges and force him inside to Tuitt and Haywood, I think we can contain him. We just can't give him time. We can't give him time. We're going to have to utilize and, win those matchups that we're going to have since the Bengals aren't that deep on the offensive line and, make it a tough day for Joe Burrow. Luis D says, every time you're concerned, Sim, the Steelers are undefeated. So hopefully that continues. You're right. You're right. So let's say it loud and proud. I am concerned. Hello, Miss Lanisha. How you doing this evening? What else y'all got, man? About 2 or 3 more I'm going to read, and I'm out of here. Dan Matt says, how do you feel about Sean Davis playing cornerback in the clutch situations? Because that's what he be doing. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how to feel about that. Didn't see Sean Davis enough at corner to know if he's serviceable or not. I know we tried him out there. He was kind of playing slot and playing strong safety when we first drafted him, and then it was more safety. And then, eventually the last decent year we got out of him, he was at free safety. So I don't know where Sean Davis is at skill-wise right at this moment as a cornerback. So, interesting. Interesting point right there. Yusuf Del Rio says, even though we are 8-0, the national media has us in 4th place. Yeah, they playing. They playing. You got to give us our respect, man. Even with me being critical of our team and until somebody knock us off, how we not top 2? I'm just saying. Thaddeus Kennedy says, I'm surprised with how Burrow is playing considering no preseason games. Yeah, man. Burrow looking like he's going to be a problem. He's looking like he's going to be a problem. Jeff Smith said he's going to jump out the window. He said, I see a 12-0. It's possible. It's possible. When you look at the schedule, we could definitely be 10-0 by the time we get back to the Ravens. But I'm just not going to count. I ain't counting all my eggs before they hatch, man. But yeah, I can look at the schedule and definitely see 12-0. You are absolutely right, sir. Absolutely right. One more, guys. Give me one more, and then I'm going to skate up out of here. One more of someone I didn't read yet. I'll read this one. Robert Ellison says, I think the D will be a lot better with Alu back. I would have to agree with you with that. And I think it will show up. Because, again, like I said, the Bengals will try to run the football on you as well. And you are absolutely correct. I do think Alu is definitely going to bring a little more stoutness back to the run game. So we shall see. We shall see. Well, that's it, guys. That wraps me right about 30 minutes. I usually don't even want this show to be that short. That long. I try to make it a little shorter than that. So let's go ahead and get out of there. Couple quick updates for some of you guys, man, that may care about this. For you gamers out there, I know you guys kept hearing me say I couldn't get a hold of a PS5 and all of that, but let me tell you a little quick story what happened, man. So on Thursday when I was doing my gaming podcast, Walmart was doing the 12, the 3, the 6 o'clock, and the 9 o'clock time where they were releasing the PlayStation. Long story short, man, I couldn't get it done the night before at Target. I get it all the way in my cart, and then they tell me it's out of stock, right? The next day at Best Buy, same situation. Later on that day, every single time I tried to get it on Walmart, same thing. One time, it even went as far as asking me for my address Verify your address. It asked me for my CVV number on my card. I'm thinking your boy got it. Click, place order. Sorry, this product is out of stock. Which, by the way, stores, I think that's bogus because all of them did that. I feel like anytime you shop, if you have something in your cart, that should be yours until you either pay for it or it's declined. That's how it should work. Because anytime you shop online, all of y'all have done this, right? Say you're on Amazon, you see something, it always says, you want to keep shopping or you want to check out? How many times have you continued to shop and your item is in your cart? So why is it any different in this case? That's just a thought. I don't understand why that was happening. And once you had it in your cart, it should be yours until your payment is declined, or if it's accepted, it's yours. Anyway, so I had one more chance, guys, at 9 p.m., and I had about given up. I tried to get it, and I did it live on the podcast, and it's not working. It's not working. And lo and behold, my wonderful wife, wonderful woman, was trying at the same time, and it went through. She got it done. Booked it. So your boy got a PS5 coming. Don't know when it's going to arrive, but it said by November 27th because I do think the Walmart thing was more of like a Black Friday sale. So we'll see. If it comes before that, great. If not, I can wait. Beautiful situation there. So in the meantime, I've been rocking out on the Xbox Series S, the cheaper version. Just holding me down until the PS5 comes. Another update I got to give you guys. Y'all know I do this each and every week. Stay safe out there, guys. COVID is going crazy right now. If you're looking at the numbers, it's bad. It's bad. As far as the update on my family, they're doing okay. With the exception of my mom, man, not so much. Okay, she's still in the hospital. Oxygen levels appear to start going back down some. She's not on a ventilator, but she's on like another little thing that's kind of giving her the oxygen. And it seems like that the oxygen level is not sustaining the way it should when she's on her own. And that could just be as a result of the pneumonia that she had. So I mentioned that just so I can ask you guys, man, for all of you guys that wished me well and wished prayers, please continue to do that because, prayer is powerful. So, we're going to remain optimistic. And like I said, everybody else is doing better. My dad is doing better. But, again, my mom, she has a couple, underlying, health things anyway. So, of course, we know how that works. The COVID jumps on top of those things. And, but we're staying optimistic that she'll be okay. But continue to pray on that if you've been doing that. Definitely appreciate that. And other than that, man, as far as the channel, right there, got to remind you guys, subscribe, cut on your notifications, and hit the like button. Don't cost you anything to do that. Doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't cost you anything. Hit the like button. Help your boy out. And one last thing I want to say about being safe, guys. Please just protect yourselves. Because the worst case scenario, what's happening right now, this is what makes it worse. I can't even go visit my mom. That's the hardest part. I can't even go visit. Like literally. Even if it wasn't for me, let's say I was going to just be like, forget it. I'm going to go strap up with 2-3 masks on. I can't. Cannot visit her in the hospital. That's the toughest part. I don't want any of you guys to be in that situation for your family, or I don't want any of you guys to be in the hospital and your family can't visit you. So just protect yourself, man. Whether you believe this thing or not, I'm here to tell you, I know for sure that it's out there, regardless of how it got there. So protect yourselves, do what you have to do, and protect others. If you got to wear a mask and you don't believe in it, it don't hurt you to do it while you're around others. Make them feel good for that little small time that you're going to be around them. All right? But outside of that, hope you guys have a wonderful night. You boxing fans, make sure you check that boy Crawford out tonight. Y'all know I'm all over that. I'm a huge boxing fan. Y'all know that. But other than that, man, have a great night. Hopefully tomorrow we're coming back and we're talking about how the Steelers remain 9-0. Or we'll be talking about why they're 8-1. But either way, I'll see you guys tomorrow after the game. It's usually right after, but anytime I'm a little late is because I'm getting things set up. I never know exactly what time the game ends, so there you have it. But all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Love you guys. Thanks for coming through. And, of course, got to thank you for tuning in to another Steelers